We certainly believe that Veritas is an extension of our core values at home, the things that we regard as important, our Christian values, the way we have raised our children. Instead of being in direct contrast to the school, we're in harmony with the school insofar as we don't feel that there's any significant difference in the way our children are being educated. And when we compare to the way that we're raising them, we just feel that it's a perfect extension, it's a perfect fit for us.
I'm passionate about Veritas Christian Academy because I believe it's the best place in Sussex County for a high school student to get a Christ-centered, biblical worldview education. And I think it's so important that we live our lives by God's word, and man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God. And I believe that they will get the whole counsel of God going to Veritas Christian Academy.
We chose Veritas because of the small community. It's a Christian community. The teachers are teaching them everything in the biblical way, through sports, through extra academics, for their academics and everything. The teachers love the Lord, and they're working with the students directly. And if they have any issues or any questions about their homework or problems in life, they're there, they're helping them, and they're able to pray with them and encourage them.
I think the biggest criteria on our decision was the fact that VCA teaches from a Christian worldview. And by Christian worldview, what I mean is that they look at everything through the lenses of the Christian faith. They believe that the Bible is a narrative, right? The Bible tells a story of God's relationship with man from the beginning to the end, from Genesis all the way through to Exodus. From Genesis all the way through to Revelation. And that story, that narrative, informs our life. So whether you're talking about chemistry or math or music or even sports, that the reality of that story should affect and influence the way we look at whatever we do.
We chose Veritas for the Christian education, primarily. The Bible teaching there is top-notch, and they take the worldview and they wrap it through every class, and that is what we feel is very important.
Christian worldview, and that was like the most important thing for us, that they would be able to go to a school where God was honored and he was taught and included in all the subjects that they would be learning.
When my youngest went into the school system, I noticed a tremendous difference. It wasn't something that was happening gradually for me. And I'm saying, what happened to this country? What happened to what they're teaching our kids? So I became very involved at that point. And what I was learning, I wasn't liking. So when he was reaching the age to go into high school, I started looking for my options, and the closest was going out to Chapel Field, over an hour and a half away. It just wasn't good enough. So coming home from a meeting with a friend one night, I said, "We really need a Christian high school," she said, and I said, "You're right, we do. Why don't we have one?" And from there on in, there was just no stopping that passion. This is all things are possible with God. I was raised to believe that, and I always have.
Kimberly's experiences were, she was very academic, and she loved studying, and she did a great job. She ended up being one of the top in her class, which was fantastic, and she has gone and done wonders. David, he was very much an athlete. He loved basketball, he played soccer, and he enjoyed it. He had some fun times there. He was challenged with the coaches, with Coach Dillon there, and he excelled, and he worked as a team, and was a team player. Alyssa there, she's a junior at Veritas. She plays soccer and she plays basketball. She also is working in the plays. She looks forward to the new play coming. Last year she was in the Seussical and she had a blast. One of the things that they love about it is that the school is small and they can be involved in everything that's there. They have wonderful activities for each of the children to do and participate in.
The experiences they've had at Veritas are very positive. It's a smaller school where you know everybody, and they get to go on all school trips here and there. It's much easier for them to do things as a versus a larger school where you're only going with little groups. And the personalization with the teachers, if they ever have problems with a class, they can easily ask a teacher, because the student to teacher ratio is very much in favor of that. So anytime there's a problem, they can call the teacher and the teacher will answer their questions.
The fruit I see right off the top of my head at Veritas for Brenly, our daughter, and our other daughters, first and foremost would probably be the friendships that she's created over the years. She has learned to help her friends in trials and in joys and happinesses and difficult times. She has a close relationship with all her friends, and just has been there to grow and have a deep connection with her friends there and her teachers, which extends into her private life as well. She has included her friends in her Bible studies and her activities. Once again, to reiterate, I think it's just an amazing family atmosphere. I love going to the basketball games, all the activities, because we know everybody there. Brenly's just really grown in her relational capability in her private life.
Devin is a junior, and he is very involved in sports. He loves playing soccer and volleyball. He also, very surprising for us, he got involved in the play. I think this was amazing because he's a little bit quiet, and so we're just thrilled that he would go out for something like that. I don't think that would have happened had he gone to a large high school. He probably would have been swallowed up. Our other son is Dylan, and he just started. He's a freshman there, and also was on the soccer team, and just now is going out for the basketball team. And it's good for him. It's early, so it's kind of hard to say what he's going to be, how his experiences are going to be, but I'm sure they'll all be positive.
I can see a maturity in the students that have gone through Veritas Christian Academy. As I talk with them as they go through their latter years at the high school, or if they have graduated or have graduated college, I can see that God has been doing a work in their lives, and they are being conformed to the image of Christ according to the Scriptures.
Veritas has been such a blessing just to us and to our family, and I would recommend anyone to send their children to come and check it out. Veritas is small. The teachers are there because they love the students and they want to teach the students what they can, and also their love for the Lord, so that they can learn more and be able to stand firm in our society that we have, that they can hear the biblical truths of what's going on.
I think what we like most is the family atmosphere. The small class sizes really foster an intimate and personal relationship between the teachers and the students and the parents, and it provides a really safe, comfortable environment for them. The kids have made excellent friends who we know are being raised by parents who are of similar beliefs as us, and so we're comfortable with the friends that they've made, and can trust them and just love that they've made such good friends at school.
We recommend Veritas to anyone who's interested in Christian education. There are advantages, like I said, with the Bible teaching and taking the worldview and pulling it through all the other classes. But there are also disadvantages, and that's where some people are hung up. The sports program at Veritas is very good. It's very comparable to a public school. The art program isn't so great because we don't have our own building yet. So there are pros and cons, but what far outweighs the pros versus the cons is the Bible teaching.